Tonight we will have stories on a potential rewrite of the Iowa Civil Rights Act.
Also, we will learn about how the government is thinking of replacing food stamps with a food delivery service.
And I will have stories on Iowa State's big announcement for Kyle Kemp and the update on tonight's men's basketball game against the Kansas Jayhawks. Stay tuned, you're watching Newswatch.
Welcome to Newswatch. I'm Mary Rominger.
And I'm Holly Slusselman. Thank you for joining us.
2 bids have been announced for the upcoming student government elections. Julian Neely, a senior in journalism, and Juan Biblioni, a sophomore in mechanical engineering, promised to move forward with the change. The duo wants to engage the student body and listen to their peers. Running against them are Ben Whittington, a sophomore in political science, and Jocelyn Sims, a junior in English. They propose to unlock the potential at Iowa State if they make it into office. More information on both campaigns can be found on each team's respective website.
The first ever LAS week has gone underway this week for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. The college is hosting events every day that are themed with the areas of colleges that you can go to. The College of Liberal Arts and Sciences website visit it for a rundown of the schedule.
The director of Carrie Chapman Cat Center, Diane Bystrom, announced her retirement Friday morning. Bystrom has been active at Iowa State for 22 years. Bystrom founded Iowa State's interdisciplinary undergraduate leadership studies program, has taught numerous courses, and has spoke on numerous occasions. The university is gracious for her contributions to the LAS College.
The Ames police released a statement that identified the man struck by a train the morning of February 10th. 54-year-old Joe Anthony Zavala from Mason City, Iowa, was the victim named. Officers responded to the call at 8 a.m., where Zavala was found on the railroad tracks suffering from injuries.
Iowa State's KURE radio station is one of the longest-running clubs on campus. Our very own Ben Olson went to their studio to give us more on the story.
Hidden away in the basement of Friley Hall is one of Iowa State's best-kept secrets, KURE Radio. For 68 years, the entirely student-run radio station has been broadcasting on channel 88.5 FM to Ames and several surrounding towns.
I was right.
The station gives students the opportunity to DJ music, participate in sports or news talk shows, and do play-by-play or color commentary of Cyclone sporting events. Kobe Gaines has been broadcasting on KURE for several years. He believes KURE has many benefits.
Give a new experience to, going deeper into your field and finding out what you want to do when you grow up. And then, hearing yourself on the radio, it's exciting, and you build, friendships that, can last forever, and kind of network yourself into internships or, finding that dream job.
Tim Weeman is the sports programming director at KURE, and he believes KURE is a great building block for students.
The thing that I like about it's kind of a break in your action. Like all week you're thinking about school, other stuff, like a lot of stresses about college, and you can just kind of go into Friley and talk sports with your buddies for 2 hours, which is really nice. I guess if I didn't start at KURE, then I don't know where I'd be at, I guess.
Any students looking to try new things or have their voice heard should look into KURE Radio. For ISU TV with Zach Williamson, I'm Ben Olson.
For more information about KURE, go to the Student Clubs page on Iowa State's website. Stay tuned after these messages. You're watching Newswatch. Welcome back to Newswatch. A possible rewrite of the Iowa Civil Rights Act is in conversation. 12 Republican lawmakers in the Iowa legislature have proposed eliminating protections for transgender, queergender, and gender-fluid individuals. This would limit the individuals who would wish to use housing, restrooms, and locker rooms associated with their identity. The Department of Education also says it will not address the reports from students being banned from using certain bathrooms because it does not fall under the anti-discrimination law.
Donald Trump Jr.'s wife, Vanessa, was hospitalized yesterday after opening a letter that contained white powder. After reporting feeling nauseous and coughing after opening the letter, she and 2 others at their apartment were sent to the hospital. As a precaution, the letter was addressed to Trump Jr., but was sent to his mother-in-law's home. Investigators announced the powder was only cornstarch, and the Secret Service is looking into the situation.
United States intelligence officials confirmed that they have seen evidence of Russian meddling in the upcoming midterm elections. CIA Director Mike Pompeo, National Intelligence Director Dan Coats, and the head of the National Security Agency, Mike Rogers, said that Russia's interference is ongoing. They did not describe the Russian activity, but did say it was related to information warfare.
The Trump administration proposed a new plan to replace food stamps. According to Budget Director Mike Mulvaney, the new plan would be like Blue Apron, a company that delivers ingredients and recipes via subscription. Those on food stamps would be sent a box of food that the government describes as nutritious and 100% grown and produced in the United States.
Yesterday, one of the top executives at Oxfam, one of the UK's largest charities, stepped down after it was released that employees of the charity were involved in sexual misconduct. The deputy chief executive of the charity states that she takes responsibility for letting this happen under her watch. The UK's Charity Commission is investigating the report that warned them they could use their funding. This is a charity that sends in aid around the world to areas that are in crisis.
Stay tuned. We'll have Michael Murrell with sports after the break.
And welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Michael Murrell. Iowa State was able to pull off their 4th straight home win in a conference play with their upset victory over star freshman Trae Young and the Oklahoma Sooners on Saturday. Led by freshman Lindell Winnington's 26 points and Cameron Lard's 19 points and 17 rebounds, Iowa State picked up their 3rd top 25 win the past month. Fellow freshman Trae Young, who was averaging 29 points and 9 assists and coming in, finished with 22 points and 11 assists in his first matchup against Winnington. However, Iowa State failed to continue their home win streak as they were defeated 83-77 tonight in a home matchup against the 13th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks, as their record fell to 13-12. In other Iowa State basketball news, Cameron Lard was named Big 12 Newcomer of the Week last week after big performances in both the Texas Tech game and the Oklahoma game. Lard finished the week averaging over 20 points and 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal, while shooting an astounding 77.3% from the field. Lard continues to improve on what has been a somewhat surprising breakout freshman season. His season averages have now improved to 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Lard is poised to be a part of a young core alongside star point guard freshman Lindell Winnington that Prom is looking to build around for the future. In women's basketball news, Madison Wise grabbed her 3rd Big 12 weekly honor as she was named the Big 12 Freshman of the Week. Wise's week was highlighted by a career-high 21-point performance in a loss to Oklahoma State. In the loss, she shot 5 for 7 from three-point range, and the 5-star freshman was a catalyst as the Cyclones cut a 26-point lead on Saturday to just 1 in the 4th quarter. While the comeback fell short, it is an encouraging sign for the future as Wise continues to improve. Now in football news, Kyle Kemp is going to be back in Ames in 2018. The former backup quarterback who led the Cyclones to top 5 wins against Oklahoma and TCU, as well as their first bowl win since 2009, was granted an extra year of eligibility by the NCAA due to a runoff rule and his time at Oregon State. The 6-year senior is supposed to lead a talented quarterback group that includes new star recruit Brock Purdy. Kemp finished the year with a 5-3 record as a starter and threw 15 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. Kemp is expected to be the focus of Campbell's next offense next season, alongside fellow returning starters David Montgomery and Hakeem Butler. Now in your latest Olympic news, Chloe Kim landed the USA's 3rd gold medal of the Winter Olympics Monday. With a score of 98.25, Kim destroyed the competition where fellow American Ariel Gold, despite her name, won bronze. All three of the Americans' gold medals have come in snowboarding as they continue to dominate the sport. They have a chance to pick up a fourth gold tonight, as Shaun White is the favorite in the halfpipe competition after posting the highest score in qualifying. The 2 medals earned brought the U.S. medal total up to 6 and to 5th place among all countries. Norway still leads all countries, though, with 11 total medals. Now, Natasha will be back with weather after this.
Hello and welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Natasha Novak and I have your cyclone weather report. As you can see, it's about 22 degrees in Ames right now, 34 in Council Bluffs, and about 19 degrees in Dubuque. Now in the satellite radar, there's not too much going on. You can see a little bit over here that there's going to be some clouds moving out. There's going to be more on our futurecast. Now our futurecast, not too much is going on until about 4:30 on Wednesday. You're going to see this cold front moving on in. Now that won't affect us too much until about Thursday morning. Now Thursday morning, it's going to be pretty cloudy with that cold front affecting our temperatures. Now on our forecast lows, don't look too low as they have been. So we're going to have 29 in Ames, we're going to have 30 in Council Bluffs, and 23 in Spencer. Now our forecast highs, I'm not sure if it's all the love in the air on Valentine's Day, but it is really affecting our temperatures. So it's going to be 42 in Ames, 48 in Council Bluffs, and then 38 in Dubuque. So pretty much high 30s and low 40s for our weather. Now outside right now it is 24 degrees. It's mostly calm, mostly clear, but there are a few winds coming from the south, about 33 to 7 miles per hour. Now tomorrow it's going to be 43 degrees like I mentioned, partly sunny, pretty much calm, but there is going to still be wind from the southwest side, about 8 to 12 miles an hour. Now as we come into our extended forecast, it's going to be 43 degrees tomorrow with a low of 29. It's going to be 38 with some fog and with a low of 10. That's when you start seeing that cold front come in. Now on Friday, it's going to be our sunniest day, but yet our coldest temperature of the week. And that's going to hit about 11 degrees at night. Now Saturday and Sunday are going to be pretty warm, so it should be a pretty nice weekend with 34, 35 degrees for our high and 21 for our low. And now Monday, that's when the snow is going to come back, unfortunately, with 40% chance of snow and a high of 30. Now Tuesday, it's going to be 20% chance of snow with 22 as our high. And that is it for our cyclone weather report. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Kansas election officials are putting the kibosh to letting a 3-year-old pup run for governor in the upcoming election. Taryn Woolley, from Hutchinson, Kansas, decided to file the paperwork to have his dog, Angus, run for office. Woolley was inspired by a group of teenagers who entered the race after they learned that Kansas does not have an age requirement to run. Woolley decided the dog would run as a Republican, who he describes as a, quote, caring, nurturing individual who cares about the best for humanity and all creatures other than squirrels, unquote. It's too bad they won't let him continue to run. But anyways, that's all we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch.
Tune in on Thursday for more news, weather, and sports.
Be safe and have a good night, Ames.